college stuff. I might not be as nice as David, but we're rolling.
All right,
We're ready?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
we're going to start with the opening statement from Coach.
I think overall, just proud of our guys' effort. Bouncing back from a tough one on Thursday night that I think left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Coaches, players, everybody, and then bouncing back against a really good team. In Western, who we knew it was going to be tough in here tonight. And we kind of just fought through some things in the second half. Once Reggie went down, kind of hurt us offensively a little bit, but we had guys step up and really compete hard, and try to make plays. And I think we probably survived defensively a little bit. At one point I think in the second half they were shooting like 65%, and we get them down to 51 and only 30% from three. And then they shoot 42 overall and 27 from three. So I think our defense carried us through, and then we made just enough plays, those last 10 minutes to hang on. But sometimes that's what it's about, and I think we have those type of competitive guys that want to go make those plays. So I was happy to see it.
Coach, Keenan and I were talking on the broadcast about how, kind of regardless of what percentage you may shoot, that toughness, that competitive, those guys that can step into those shots in crunch time with confidence. You want those guys on your team. We were talking about how, they'll probably try to drive it inside, get a look at the post, get to the rim. And Nathan just stepped right into that thing to make it a 4-point game. And that was really ended up being kind of the difference. You guys could exhale then after that. What can you say about just the confidence of your guys really throughout the team, because it feels like it permeates?
Yeah, I think it's a positive for us because I think if you're not confident and you don't have those competitive guys in those moments where it starts to get tough, that's when you see those leads slip away, or that's when you lose games because guys get tight. And we just talk about a few simple things, and like Nate's shot is a shot that we take. It's open, it's a clean look. We're going to take those shots, regardless of our percentages, because you have to at some point. You can't just keep turning down shots. If we get open threes, we're going to shoot them. And these guys know what type of shots we're going to take, and that was one of them. But I think his was just kind of one confidence play a minute. I thought, obviously his points in the paint were big. I thought Jordan Wildy gave us a huge spark, with the ball in his hands, but then also some big offensive rebound putbacks that he got for us. So a lot, and Markeith, trying to really carry a big load for us at the point, him and Clayton, against a really good defensive team. So yeah, I agree. I think we have a lot of guys that feel confident in those moments, and I think it really helps.
You mentioned the boards, and that leads me to my next question. You guys were exceptional on the glass tape, particularly at the offensive end. I think it was 14 second chance points to 6 for Western Illinois, but it's beyond the numbers. It just seemed at the time that you were getting those second chance points, they were big baskets down the stretch. And Jadis, you had a lot to do with that. You were excellent with the second chance on the boards, then going back up strong quickly to get those second chance points. Is that sort of an attitude? Is it something that you work on? We talked to Coach Bean about it a little bit at halftime, or is it just something that you guys sort of have an attitude about?
Yeah, that's something I work on, but as a team, it's something we put a big emphasis on too, even in practice. Not just getting the defense rebounds, but just making sure that we attack the offensive rebounds too. It's something that we work on a lot in practice.
And you guys had a great first half in the half court offense. You're very efficient at the offensive end. When things do get tight, because this is the OVC and these conference games are really tough, you're going to get some games where you're able to run away with it. But a lot of times that team on the other side is talented enough to make a run, and that happened tonight. When you guys were in those huddles in the media timeout, what was sort of the conversation being said to kind of keep your confidence up to make those big shots down the stretch?
Just making sure we keep everything simple. Just make sure we get the ball to the second side. And games like that is going to come down to a possession-by-possession game. So we can hold our end on the offense, just take care of what we got to do, and just all put together. I think we got a good chance every night to come out with a win.
Coach, I want to ask you talked a little bit about it in our postgame conference on the air. Reggie was huge tonight, assisting the basketball, had a game-high 4 assists before he went out, and that was, I think, fairly early in the second half, if I recall. How were you guys able to kind of overcome that down the stretch to continue with the good ball movement? Because you did have some really nice assist plays down the stretch.
Yeah, I think we overcame it with enough good plays to kind of keep it away, because we had some bad ones too, and I think when you get guys in different positions for the first time, especially in crunch time, in a big win, that's when you kind of see some of the mistakes, maybe a pass that was, wasn't easy, making too tough of a play, driving too deep, but we held it on, with enough simple plays like he was talking about, that you find a guy for an easy dump off and he scores, or you find the open shooter and you make it, or you take a strong drive and you get a good foul. And so I think we just had enough guys kind of step up that we never really slowed down and got the flow of the offense back the way we needed it once Reggie went out. But we had enough possessions where we did that kind of held on to us. And then again, the plays, the offensive rebound plays were tremendous to kind of put us over the top.
Last question, and we'll let you get into your break. How do you guys handle this break? Because in the OVC, it's a lot of Thursday, Saturday, some Tuesday, Saturday, but you got this kind of long layoff. It's your real last chance to sort of get healthy and get the bodies right before you get into the meat of the conference schedule. How do you handle the balance of trying to take care of the bodies, but also trying to have those high-intensity practices so that you're not caught off guard when you start play back up on the second?
It's just, of course, you get to enjoy those breaks. Just make sure you stay sharp. You're still a college athlete, so just going home, just not doing anything silly. You get back here, and like Coach told us, it's time to get back to work. I think we don't play again until the second, so we got about a week to come in and fix a lot of stuff that we can go back and look at on film. I think me and the guys, well, I know they is. I think we just ready to get back into conference play.
Yeah, I think for us, it's a couple things. It's we talked about it a couple weeks ago. Hitting the 2-week stretch once school got got done. That you got to finish the break. You got to finish the semester out. You got to finish these games out. We had 4 games at home, and we had to finish them with a purpose. And I think we did that. That's why the win today was so important. As you got to the end, and we just talked about when you got to today, it was just going to be about emptying the tank and leaving it, because then we get to take a break, and we kind of break it up, our schedule, into segments at times. And so, and that's what I told these guys. I don't care what they do over the break. They don't need to do anything except rest, because I think that's what's going to be important for us. And then we've got to get healthy. We've got to get Reggie back. We've got to get Aeneas back healthy. And I think when we're at full strength, I think we're going to really enjoy the team that we continue to build. So again, I think we maxed it out here to this point, to the break, and they need to enjoy their Christmas and time with their families. And when we get back, the last thing we said was, when we get back, we're going back to work, and if we have that attitude, we'll be just fine.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Jace. Merry Christmas, guys.
Appreciate
it.
Thank you. 1 second.